Hello everybody to lesson 20 of CSS for Attractive Design course. In this lesson, we'll know how to display inline or display inline block. What are the difference between these element or attribute, whether to display inline or display inline block. Let's go to the code and see what we have. Imagine that I will have here, for example, an items. Okay, I'll have, for example, span. I will have div. Then inside the div, I will have three spans. Span, great, and I write here, for example, span 1, and I will repeat it 3 times. Okay, span 2, span 3, great. I will define there this ID with ID. This div, I will give it an ID, for example, like span, or what you could call it, inline D. I will duplicate that div and I will give it inline block D is display. Great. So here we are. I will create, for example, here a header h1, which I will say inline display, and here we have inline block display h1 inline block display. Great. So let's go to the first, which is inline display. Let's see that before we refresh we'll do anything. Here we are, display inline, and this display inline block. Okay, great. So let's go here and see what we have. First of all, we should know that we have here, let's try write some codes here. So hash inline D, and let's write here display inline. Great. Save it. There would be no different. Second element, which would be hash inline block and display inline block. I think the different will not be here if we change this for div and the other one div, other one div 2. Great. Div or header or any block element that only shows block. Great. So here we have display inline and the other one, which is display inline block. Great. Let's add change this to class and add it to them. So here we will let's delete these things because we don't need it anymore. The ID also will delete it, and this will delete it. So you could see here how is the content is written. It's written like it's blocks. Okay, so how we could control, and what is the difference between inline block and inline only inline display inline. So I'll define here class and I'll call it inline D, and I will copy paste this class for the other element that we have there. Great. And here I will create another class. I will call it class inline block D, means display inline block, and I will copy it too for the other elements. Great. Let's refresh. There's nothing yet. I will come to the style part and I write inline D, and I write display inline, and in the other side I will write dot inline block display, and I will create display inline block. Great. So here we are. Just let's make it in the same position. Okay, so here we have the first element, which is this, which is inline. We have it inline display inline. The other one we have display inline block. What are the different? Let's refresh and see what we have. You could say that these elements have the same design, okay, but you should notice that this display block will print the element as its block. So let's add a border for them. Border 2 pixel slide green, for example, and do that for the other thing too. See that? Refresh the page and see what we have. So here in the inline display, it will display only the inline codes like that, okay. So see, so there would not be any element there if we have as a block. But here, if we have a block inside that element, it will be printed in inline and block. So I will add here, for example, span 1, and I will write here h, for example, h2, and write some content there. This is h2, for example. This is h2, and let's see that. Copy and paste it for the other. Save and refresh the page and see what we have. Look, it printed like blocks. But here, if I print the same thing, it will not do that thing. It will display it as an inline and in block. So if I will continue with other things here and here, save, refresh. So here we are. So this display inline. So it displays the elements inline, but when we add a block element, it displays it as blocks. But here in the inline block, it displays the elements inline. And if you have any block inside that inline element, it will display it as an inline. Even if you haven't, for example, I delete the second one and see what we have. If we delete it, it will still inline. So it's still inline. It has the space here, but it's still inline. Great. So this is the inline block. Also, we have another thing it is called block. Block means it will display all of them in the same block. So block and block and block. But inline block means they are block and they are in the same time inline. This was the lesson, and see you in the next lesson. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and thumb up for the video. See you again.